Alright, what up? Game day here. This is part 2 of 4 for the Monster Hunter Tut for the homies. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how to fight. Well, not how to fight, what to use and how to determine the creature's weakness. Basically, this is the Peko, Corpeko, I don't know how you say his name. The big yellow bird that does fire attack. This is his armor, the female version. So the guy version's different looking, but they do the same. They have the same abilities. Basically, the armor is really good against fire because the bird does fire attacks. Now, how you tell is go to your armor, equipped it, which are the ones that have the E on it. Now you go up to the stats right there where I have the cursor. You see how it says fire 4 and water -3 and -4 ice. Now you don't want to have any weapons that do fire damage because that's just pleasure in that bird, man. Basically, you want a water weapon or an ice weapon, and it looks like ice will do the most damage because it's -4. So you go back in your inventory and you look for your weapon that has a water element or an ice element, because basically on top of your attack it will do the extra damage. Just like right now it says 210 attack, and then with the water is 270. So you add those together, that's about 500 attack points. Alright, basically I'm about to equip the Ice SNS sword and shield. Basically that's what it looks like. I think that's the only Ice SNS sword. So basically the attack on it is 238, and with the ice is 420, and it has a pretty good sharpness, so it won't go dull quick. You wouldn't have to sharpen it every time. And swinging that sword so fast, you get the more attacks in with this little sword. It does less damage, but you can hit quicker, so it kind of makes up. Okay, now I'm gonna give you another example. We're gonna switch to the Great Jaggy armor. Alright, that's the Great Jaggy's armor, the female version. Pretty pimp. Okay, basically you do the same thing. You go to your armor, or you go to equipment. You find the armor that you have equipped it, which is the Jaggy suit. And you look for the stats. Basically -3 on fire. Right off the top, fire is his weakness. Everything else is like borderline. But you definitely don't want to use dragon. Now for a decent fire weapon. I mean, you can use different weapons. Certain weapons have more raw power. But I always use the ones that do the best element damage. And this is another SNS sword and shield. It's fire. Looks like 238 for attack and 410 for the fire, so that's around 700, around 700, and it has a good sharpness on it too. Alright, so I'm gonna go out here and see what the hunting forecast is. Looks like a Rathian's been spotted around our area, so basically if you go out the village today you're gonna run into a Rathian. It's a fire breathing dragon, female, and she breathes fire, and she does poison attacks. So basically I'm gonna go out here and suit up for the occasion because I'm gonna go out there and fight her. I already have her armor, so I'm gonna put her armor on, which is the female version. I shouldn't have to say that, I'm pretty sure it's obvious, but I don't know why I say it, because I say it. Alright, the female version armor of her, here it is. And basically looks like thunder or dragon is her weakness. You don't want to go out there with fire weapons. Water would be alright, ice would be neutral, but you most likely want to go out there with thunder or dragon. And I'm going to take the thunder sword, one of the thunder swords, and go out there and represent. Alright, basically I just want to show off the active skills for this armor, having them all put together. Health plus 50. Fire resistant plus 10, earplugs, and then I have Capture Guru added on. So basically when I go out there and eat my food, I don't have to eat anything that would give me health. or anything that would give me fire resistant, because basically the armor already has it in there, or I put the little decorations in there to make them plus 10. Alright, but off I go to go fight this dragon. Wish me luck. Alright, a good hunter knows as soon as you enter the fight and you see the monster, you tag him with the paintball so you can keep track of him just in case he flies away or you die and you come back to the spot and he's not there. Okay, I slowed this down right here because basically you always go for the head or you go for the tail. Most monsters have tails you can cut off, so I'm going for his tail right here. You get that tail off, then you work on the head. Okay, now for the head. Now you'll see his head chip away if you're breaking it. You'll see little chips fall from it like so. Right about here. See that? Okay, basically I got this monster beat. It's gonna get up. It's gonna look kind of shameful. It's hurt right now. It's about to die. You always can tell it's about to die when it's limping, which means it's capable. And I don't know if you can see on the map right there. See how it's flickering? Because I have Capture Guru on. Capture Guru lets you know that the monster's ready to be captured, but you just saw it limp away, which I told you. So you really didn't need Capture Guru unless you guys were just overkilling it. And you want to pay attention to what mission you're doing. Make sure you're doing, if you're doing a cat one, make sure you don't overkill. And yeah, like I said, Capture Guru, that's why the thing's flickering with the paintball on it. You can see the monster, he's an 8. I'm about to climb up here. Basically the monster's sleeping, but like I said that one day when that guy put the trap way far away from him, you don't have to do that. You can run all up on him as long as you don't hit him. Put the trap right on him like so. Make sure you pull out your tranquilizers, your trank bombs. You always have to hit him with at least 2. At least 2. That'll finish him. And that, my friends, is how you cap a monster. I used a shock trap. You can use a pitfall trap. They only allow you to carry 1 of each. So in other words, be careful. Alright, I signed off and I came back on. Basically going into the city. This is the networking, connecting to the online play. Alright, so we got the open server, which is basically open to everyone. We got the rookie server, which is basically for people ranked lower than 30. And then we got the expert for people higher than 30. And then we have recruiting. Basically, I just go there when I want to fight certain monsters. And then we have the gate, which tells you how many people are in there and how many people can be in there. Okay, this is where you go when you enter a gate. This is basically the entrance to the city. I'm just gesturing, being goofy. Basically, one of my friends is on, so I try to say what up to her real quick. Basically, she's in a match right now, so that's the thing that sucks about this. When you send a message, it doesn't go through unless they're in the lobby. Pretty weak, right? Okay, so basically, I just try to go look at what lobby she's in. She's a rank 105. She's using a longsword. Basically, the city that she's in has only 2 people in it right now. You can see where it says population, 2 out of 4. So I could warp there if I really wanted to. But I'm doing this little tutorial, basically. So I'm just going to play by myself. Alright, this is 2 out of 3. 3 is coming.